And welcome to day 17 of 31 days of Halloween. So for today's video we are doing another tag video, but this is a brand new tag that I don't know if it's brand new, but I've never heard of this tag before. I've never seen it before, so I just searched for different Halloween tags, and this is one of them that showed up. So but yeah, it is called the Spooky Scary Skeletag. So I have no idea who created this. I did find the questions online on a person's blog, but I don't know if they're the one who created it, so I have no idea who created it. So there are 13 questions, and yeah, which is good. It's not that many questions. There's some tags have too many questions and some have not enough questions, so this is a good amount of questions for a tag. Also, if you want to know how I did my makeup in this video, then watch yesterday's video, because this is from yesterday's video and I thought I would just wear it again today. Also, Shadow Hunters, hey, shout out to all my other Shadow Hunters fans out there. But yeah, anyway, so on with this tag. So the first question is, what's your favorite horror movie? So I haven't watched that many horror movies in my life, but the one that I would have to say is my favorite that I have watched all the way through is It. The 2017 movie It. It was so good, and it actually even wasn't that scary as I thought it was going to be. So I really liked it, and yeah, I'm not afraid of clowns, so there were a lot of spooky parts, but it wasn't as terrifying as I thought it was going to be. So I really liked it. So that is definitely my favorite one. Next question. If you were in a horror movie, how far do you think you would get? 5 minutes, halfway, or all the way to the end credits? I think I would probably only last 5 minutes. I would be awful in a horror movie. I'd be terrible. I'd probably be one of the first people dead, which kind of is bad because that means I don't really have enough confidence in myself, but I would not be good in a horror movie. I'd probably be the first person dead, so definitely 5 minutes. Next question, favorite scary video game. So I've never played a scary video game before because I've always been too scared to, but if I were to play one, I would probably want to play Slender Man, because it's just a good old classic scary game, so probably Slender Man. I would want to play that. Favorite scary story? I don't really know. There's not really that many scary stories that I've read, because I'm not really one to go onto the creepypasta website. I've been on it before, but I don't know if there are any ones that are my favorite, or if there's any that I've read for my paranormal channel before. So yeah, I'm not really I don't really read a lot anymore, which is kind of bad. So yeah, I don't really have a favorite one because I hardly ever read things, so which is bad. I know I should read more, but I just don't. Alright, so next question. What's one unusual thing that you're afraid of? Okay, so one unusual thing that I'm afraid of is I'm terrified of moths. So, which I know is a stupid thing to be afraid of because they're harmless, they're moths, but I hate the really massive ones that are just humongous. And one time, this is why I'm afraid of moths. So one time I was on holiday in Hamilton Island with my family. It was for one of my uncle's 50th birthday, and we were staying in these really nice villas, and on the balcony of his and his family's villa there was a ginormous moth. It was one of the biggest moths I've ever seen in my life. Actually no, it wasn't on the balcony, it was at the front door of their villa, because we were walking and I was like, oh my god, that is the biggest moth I've ever seen. So I was like, oh my god, there's a ginormous moth outside your front door. And I probably should not have told them that, because then my uncle, being the kid that he is, he went and grabbed the moth and then started like throwing it everywhere and like putting it in our faces, so that he wasn't like physically throwing it, but he kept on like catching it and releasing it so that it was like flying towards us. So that's like why I'm afraid of moths, because of that moment. So yeah, that is one weird thing that I'm afraid of, is moths, because they're harmless, but I just hate them flying into my face, and yeah, just bugs like that in general I just don't like. Alright, next one. What's your first memory of Halloween? So my first memory of Halloween was at my old house that I grew up in, because I didn't have Halloween growing up, because we don't really celebrate it here in Australia. Well, I do now, but when I was growing up we never did. Like, I knew of Halloween, I think, but then I like also didn't. Like, I just don't remember. But my first memory of Halloween was, like I said, it was at our house where I grew up in, and so we lived on 2.5 acres, so it was a pretty big block. So to get to our house, if you wanted to trick or treat, you had to go down a massive driveway. And I remember one year, I don't remember what year it was, I was pretty young, I think, like I was still in primary school, so I was pretty young, and I just remember one time it was Halloween, and these two kids had come all the way up our driveway and like just said like trick or treat, and unfortunately we didn't have anything for them, I don't think, because we didn't really know that it was like Halloween. But that was my first memory of Halloween, and I just remember like, why are these kids here? Like, why are they here like at our house, like asking for candy, because obviously I'd never done trick-or-treating before. So that was my first ever memory of Halloween. I'll always remember that. And I also remember that on our deck was like a green tree frog, and the kids were really interested in the green tree frog, so, and obviously I was scared of it. But yeah, so that's my first memory of Halloween, the first time we ever got trick-or-treaters, and we were just really confused, and we're like, what, sorry, we don't have any candy for you. So yeah, that was my first memory of Halloween all those years ago. But I don't know, I just always remember that, and it's something I've always remembered. I don't know why, but it just is. Alright, next question. What's your favorite Halloween memory? So my favorite Halloween memory would probably have to be when my cousin and I did Fright Night in 2016, when we did the VIP tour for the first time, because we're doing it again this year and I'm so excited. And it's going to be so much fun. And so yeah, my auntie and my cousin surprised me for my 21st birthday, the VIP tour at Fright Night, and I had no idea I was getting it, and it was such a surprise, and it was such like a good time. It was so much fun. I had a blast, and I can't wait to do it again this year, because I missed out on it last year, but because it is really expensive, but it's worth it because it's so much fun, and it's just a really good time, and you get free food, you get free drinks, you get front of the line for all the haunted houses, and the rides as well. It's just so much fun, and that was my first, well, not my first, that was my favorite memory of Halloween, because it's just, I just had such a fun time, and it was such a great night, and my cousin really enjoyed it as well, and I can't wait to do it again this year. So yeah, I loved that night. It was so much fun, and like I said, I can't wait to do it again this year. So the next question is, best Halloween costume you've had. So I haven't really had that many Halloween costumes, but I really like the one I had in 2016, which was my zombie nurse costume, which is the costume I wore for the very first day of 31 Days of Halloween this year. I really liked it. It was a lot of fun, and I just love that costume so much, and it was like my first proper Halloween costume, so that was my best one and favorite one I've had. Alright, next question. Worst Halloween costume you've had? I don't think I've ever had a worst one yet, although I did last year. Mine was kind of confusing, so maybe last year I didn't really like it as much as my one from 2016, my zombie nurse one, so maybe last year. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan. I did like it last year, but Now looking back on it, I didn't really like it, but I don't know. You kind of have hit or misses with Halloween costumes, so I really liked 2016. I kind of liked last year's, but not really. But yeah, this year's is going to be hopefully better than last year's. So yeah, I would say last year was not my worst, but it wasn't my best. Alright, so next question, and these last few questions are a bit different. It says, which is scarier? So the first one is werewolves or vampires? Vampires, all the way. Ghosts or zombies? Ghosts. Creepy dolls or creepy clowns? Creepy dolls. Although maybe both. I like a little bit of both. So maybe creepy dolls and creepy clowns. Is that allowed? And the last one, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, or Leatherface. This is a really hard one because I really like the first three a lot. But I don't know. Oh, this is a hard one. So I'm not a fan of Leatherface, even though there's going to be a haunted house of Leatherface at Fright Night this year. But oh, that's so hard between Freddy, Jason, or Michael. I don't know. Maybe Freddy, because he has a really cool way of like showing like where he is, like if that makes any sense. But you know what I mean, he appears only in people's dreams. Like that is a really cool concept. So I'd probably have to go with Freddy, and I really like Freddy's like claw thing. So yeah, probably Freddy Krueger. Alright, so that is all of the questions of this Skeletag. So I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. So I tag all of you guys, and you can do this tag as well if you want to. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 18 of 31 Days of Halloween. Alright, bye guys.